Welcome everyone to today's live stream. Hopefully, the little time change is not going to throw everybody off. Unfortunately, I did have, I'm trying to finally, 3.5 years later, trying to actually clear stuff, my dad's out of my mother's house, and I had somebody who was supposedly interested in coming to look at some of his workshop equipment, and they, of course, bailed on me, but, basically it made me push back things a little bit to get here in time. I don't know why that's not showing right. So, hopefully this is working. Oh, yeah, there it goes. For some reason, OBS is now working a little bit better, but now YouTube seems to be having issues. So we'll give it a couple minutes for people to get joined in. Again, unfortunately, I had to push it back 30 minutes. So hopefully everybody will still remember to catch in, and hopefully YouTube is going to notify. But yeah, OBS, I think I've got 95% of my problems sorted out. I did notice at the start of this that it did not trigger the countdown timer on the starting screen for some reason. I don't know why it didn't do that. I just got still a lot of stuff that apparently is like kind of just did not sync back up correctly after I got other things fixed. Except there is still a problem. OBS itself is inherently broken with this update because it crashes every time. The first time I try to open it, completely freezes, and I have to force quit it, and then it's a 50-50 chance if it's going to work the second time I open it. And if it doesn't work the second time, then it usually works the third try. And that's now every time I try to open it, it takes 2 to 3 tries to get it to open now. So, don't know why. Timmy's been patient. He's like, I'm behind schedule on getting my snackage. So he gets a bigger snack today. Yeah, there you go. That's my buddy. And also, apologies, because, again, last week had major issues with OBS. Just, did an update to try and fix one little thing, and it decided to break everything instead. So while I was kind of distracted by that and just trying to put that behind me and focus on working on the game and the build out with the game, I did miss the fact that we had some new things in the game because there was an update right before the last stream, and we did get some new items. We got a Forge version 2, a Wind Turbine version 2, and most importantly, a vertical connector item elevator option, which is, again, I apologize because I did not even see it. I was just not able to focus as clearly as I needed to because of having issues, but it was literally right there in the game, and I was mentioning we needed that, and it was literally already in the game. We did get apparently something for conveyor supports. I haven't played with that yet enough to see it happen or see that option, and some map improvements, things like that. Also, I did just kind of figure this out on my own, but they do mention it. You can now click and drag to place down structural stuff like the platforms and such, so a nice little quality of life boost there. Let me go ahead and make sure I get this pulled up, get everything ready, because we do have, I want to finish this today. We got the main part of it done, and I'm not going to redo everything. Now that I have item elevators, conveyor, lifts, I'm not going to redo it to make changes around that right now. I just want this working. So I can go on, I can come back later and be like, you know what, let me clean this up. I can move it here and do that. Plus, if we get better changes to the game as far as the way the pathing is done for conveyors and such, it will, just be even better later on. So, let me just make sure this will load. Good afternoon, Felonius. Thank you for joining. Glad to see some people finally catching in, despite the time change. Why is that not picking up? Come on. Pick up the game. There we go. Finally. That's I don't know why. OBS is still slow about this one game when I have it going. So, yep, let's go ahead and we'll dive in. And so here we are. Brand new day. You see how much stuff I have finally backed up because of this. Again, there's supposed to be conveyor support changes. Okay, so it's basically just the same thing. It's a conveyor support. It's just a smaller thing of a road. Okay, so don't even build us a new design, just that. And then the vertical conveyor, which I have tested over at the original base. So I know how it works. It is goofy still. It's not what it should be. There's still goofiness to it. But we do have that at least. So again, I'm not going to wipe all this out and redo some of it. Most of this is fine. It's really this spot here with these. And I'm going to stick with the splitters just as a easier, like, oh, hey, you know, I need to split off here. That's fine. And that way I can still pass through what I need going there. So that works. Also, I did, since last time, come out here and put in some tree greenhouses and area fertilizers, so we have oxygen. I don't have to worry about running out of oxygen right now, so it's gonna save a little bit of time of not having to go back and forth today on stuff. Hey Sticks, welcome. And so all this stuff you can see is full now. I have plenty of supplies ready to go. I mean, that's wonderful. Oh, I did have to fit something on the graphing. I was not producing enough because I was using so much. It was like 5 spots pulling graphing, so it was not producing enough. I went and put in a version 2, the advanced miner over there. I was able to get the stuff for that. Not a tier 3 yet, but I did do a tier 2 over there, and that took care of all my graphing problems. So now we gotta get to building these part producers, and I'm really gonna be loose on how Claude arranged this today, because it kind of has certain things where it's gonna be like a weird circuit type thing going on where certain things point. And so I got to kind of figure out how I want to do this. I know organics, pretty much the only thing I'm gonna need organics for, besides food, which I actually set up a thing over there for organics to provide food. The organics are going to go in to produce rubber, which then will feed into produce rubber belt. So I kind of want to do rubber and rubber belt as the next 2 items there. And for that, I've kind of just thought it'd be simple enough to do like this, except for the fact that well, you know what, yeah, we'll just do it here because I don't want to have the water going a weird direction. Let's actually get over out of the way, as I still need water to come in. Actually, I guess I could do it like right around. Be great if there's a way to invert it, or it's like put the water on the other side and let it still function. Great. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna do it like this, I guess, right there. And it's not going to be as pretty doing that, but I could just feed off of this. That very, very wonky curvature there. You know what? It could just, I'll stop it there so it can go like that. Boom. Okay, and then I need a splitter, which really is just gonna do 2. I need it to be a splitter into the part producer. Actually, let me bring that back. Splitter into a part producer and straight in. So oh wait, no, I'm thinking wrong. I need to go straight to the part producer first, because I gotta produce rubber. We're not worried about the organics at this spot. We're gonna just do rubber straight in. Well, not straight in, apparently. Look, that's acceptable. Come on. Okay, so there goes that. That's piping in. I also find it interesting that, you know, I can select from the drone. It's basically a movable version of me in the end. Yeah, the whole... It's not a common thing in games to have it be like, hey, you know, we're going to make it where you can just flip this because of the design aspects of it. And I guess partly something to do with perhaps the way the design mapping or whatever is done for that. I don't know. I'm not a game developer, so, you know, maybe somebody will jump in and say, I'm a game dev and this is why I did it, or the dev will actually jump in and say this is why they did it that way. But you know, there is a tendency in a lot of games to have it be where a lot of stuff is built with a certain symmetrical aspect to it, which I like, but, you know, in some cases that's not the best option. You know, if you want like a nice design, like this is not symmetrical, you know, you just kind of have to work around it. You know, symmetrical designs can be bland, but at the least something like, you know, the way these are done, that's symmetrical. You have the 1 in and 3 outs. If you didn't do it that way, then it would cause problems. So I feel there are certain things still that just need a kind of generic option. Like with this, I would love to see an option for either side. You know, the input output is not a big deal on that. It's the water is the catch. And you notice we do have a conveyor support. We don't have a pipe support. And honestly, it should have been similar to the way Satisfactory was done on the supports like that anyway. Oh yeah, that's going there, so I don't need that going this way. Those are going there. Okay, so we got iron splitting off there. Is already in full, and I'm probably gonna have to speed that up. So now I'm gonna do you know what? I've got splits coming from silica and gold that I need to bring up this way. So there's gold. Where's my silica? That's the silica, right? Yep. Pretty sure. Yep, that's the silica. So I need silica to now come this way. And since I'm not using that one, that will work. That gives me gold and silica, glass panes, and insulation layers, and that will tidy up the rest of this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack to the side, if I have to split some stuff over to the side here, and I'm going to start building in this. So this is going to be just a very much more compacted area than the other spots. So we'll do this as the, you know, we'll do glass and the insulation layers. And I'll cover up this. I think in the end, the problem I'm going to have is getting all the items out onto that. And I've run into my roadway there, so I'm kind of having to start cut this way, which is fine. It should get to a lot smaller number of items I need as it gets to the end, but I still have, that's those 4, which fills that in. So I've got 5 more: iron plate, iron rod, copper plate, cable, and gear. Iron plate and iron rod are iron ingots. Copper plate is copper ingot, and then I take the copper ingot and the iron rod to make cables and gear. Then the next round was saw blade for osmium alloy. So that's 5 and then a 6th. So you know what? Let's just go over here and do that. And again, we can show one of the other changes I just decided to try and found for myself that it does work. Though it's still kind of glitchy on this. Because we could do it with the blocks, we couldn't do it with the platforms before. Oh, that's too much. Okay. So I can do that. And there goes all that iron plate that is sitting over in the original outpost. So now, oh, I need to connect those in a minute. This is where I wish I could get away with a more... I mean, technically I could get away with this just because of capacity, if that's all I wanted, but I do kind of still like the idea of having it be able to feed through and create a train system for this. Okay, you know, now that seeing my iron plates are going on probably close to empty now at the other location, probably need to fix this. So let's see, that was silica, so we're gonna go this one. Oh man, yeah, you know what, like that will work well enough. You know, doesn't have to be superbly pretty, just get it done. That's the silica, right? Yeah, isn't that silica? Oh wait, again, okay, yeah, the same thing we're having in other spots where it does not act like it's connected. Even though it shows like it's connected, it doesn't act like it is. Same thing with the, you know, I was having with the graphene, is there was a spot I literally went way back, and then boom, one small little section I was able to target, and it took out an entire length of the conveyor for fixing the problems I was having. Yeah, I mean, again, you know, something like this, you know, have the design inverted. Again, you know, for the input output, that's straight. You know, you're just a straight line through. Make it where the water goes either side. You know, either have a port on either side, so you have two options built right in, or have it where you can just, you know, flip it on the axis and the design just inverts. I mean, even doing the design part, yeah, it should be easy enough to do in design program. Just say, you know what, flip the axis. So yeah, you know, again, not everything needs that, but there are things like, in this case, these things should have that sort of thing. Yeah, that was one problem within SAS Factory, was figuring out how to make it line up a certain way at times because of those problems with where certain things had to be connected. And that's part of the headache of the game. I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know what, we'll just because I don't want to have a super long belt line. I think, is that, yes, okay. Honestly, this just, to me, it gives you extra functionality, and it looks better than just having the little support thing like that for the rails. Plus, that's another problem with the support of this design. It's not stackable. The ones in a SAS Factory are stackable, and that's why we need ones like that. Okay, so this is going to be, I guess I'm going to have just a larger area and then just more conveyor feeds and splits feeding that way. Because, yeah, I got to make iron plates. Obviously, I need an iron feed into there. Then I'm going to have, what else is it? Looking, I'm going to have iron plate going into the osmium drill. Yeah, scroll up real quick. Iron plate going into iron beams, iron rods going into iron beams antennas. I guess, yeah, this is where it gets into the more crazy side of having to maneuver conveyor systems. All right, so that's my iron coming in here. I'm about just, you know what, I'll just move it to here. What? What? No, 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 no. No, I'm sure I was aiming it the right way. Oh, because I did the wrong thing. I did the merger. So I was aiming the right way. I just was doing the wrong option. Okay. Let's go with that. I mean, I could have done it coming that way, but you know, it's just as easy. Go that way. You know, I'm starting to think I might just try to build one of those like over here and just kind of fill this in as best I can, because it's pretty much part producers from here until I get to a total of, okay, well, let's see, yeah, assembly machines. All right, so we're gonna have a few more part producers here for this, and then assembly machines. So I feel like there was more part producer. Well, no, I got them all back there. Yeah. So, I think, can't remember what the whole setup was. Scrolling back up through this. Okay, yeah, part producers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Okay, maybe I was thinking there's more, but there wasn't. Yeah, okay, so that's 10. So then we got assembling machines. That's where we're going to be crisscrossing a bunch. 15 in that group, then another 4, so I've got 16, and then 3 advanced assemblers for what I have mapped out for this. Yeah, so how I want to do this, if it wasn't for the road getting in the way, I'd still be building way out that way, and I may end up having to redo some of this at some point once I have enough accumulated supplies everywhere. Hey Jenny, thanks for joining in. Sorry about the late start today, but glad you made it. And oh, look at that, look how fast that's going. Rubber, you know, I don't use rubber or rubber belts like that often. It's not like huge requirement. So oh, you know, oh man, you know, I'm gonna redo this again because I just realized I got the rubber coming out here going into this splitter, but I actually need a third three-way splitter going because it's got to go to make rubber belts, just like that's gonna be making rubber belts and going off that way too. This is, yeah, that's why I was like, this is where it's gonna get confusing. So that's the rubber going in. What if I get close like that? I can't. Okay. So now, you know, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pin this. And we'll actually start with this. Now you see, whereas on other games, I should be able to target that conveyor spot there and attach it right to the end. It won't work in this game. So there's a problem there. Also, I just realized I probably need to go ahead and cut that. That's funny because it was not a partial link, it was a whole thing, and it just split it into 3 pieces. And it's rebuilding a part of it when I do that. That's okay, goofy again. Let's make sure that, well, yeah, I'll let that go. Not worried about that. Okay, so that's gonna go there. This is where we get to the crazy parts. Rubber is also needed for gold wiring. Okay, so gold wiring, so I've got to have a split out from rubber, which it did not say I need a split on that. There, so bad Claude, you missed a split. This one will be the rubber, and see, it's supposed to be better pathing on that. It's not. Okay, so now part producer as compact as I can get it. And rubber belts into another conveyor splitter. I'm just going to do it like this. Yes. So we can go here to here. Here to here. So that's going in. And now I have that. And I think this is where I'm going to end up having to... oh, man. We'll have to do something different here where maybe... you know what? It's just easier. Instead of doing the conveyor lifts, I'm just going to stack those. I wonder if that will work as a support mechanism for these. We'll try it. Making steel and Minimogul. Okay. I'm not familiar with that game. So I guess I'll have another one I have to go and look up now. Oh, no. You know, I would go do... well, if it will let me select. Not choose what I'm selecting. Yeah, okay, I can take that one out. Part producer, yes, can go up there. So who needs to stack? That, yeah, go there. That will keep it up and elevated. Of course, well, you know what? We're gonna test the conveyor support. Oh, yeah, do a nice little angle like that. There you go. Okay. Let's see how, yep, it snaps to it. So that, at least it does snap on it, but so that's glass, pane, and then I need to think about how I want to do this. I still need a splitter. I may just do it where you know, same trick I would use in Satisfactory. Just gonna kind of build it up and then deconstruct the ones underneath because we're not worried about physics. Okay, so now that gives me that glass connectors going, and we're gonna take those like that. That frees that up. Now, same. Oh, I found it. Yeah, same thing. Put it right to the side. We'll do that. Go ahead and do the insulating layer. And I think I'm just gonna do it like further out. Just where the little stackable ones like we have for the conveyor connectors in Satisfactory would be great. So that gives me clearance underneath, and now it gives me this back to here. So full of glass panes and all that's going. All right, that's going into what? Yep, rubber belt. So that's going on. Let's see that rubber belt get made. I'm not even worried about the speed on this. It's gonna at some point be fine. It'll be completely full, and I don't have to worry about it. That's what I need. I need to see some steam coming out of it, so I know it's piping stuff through. I just didn't see the actual thing. There go. Okay, steam. Oh, there it is. Very small rubber belt image there. Okay, now iron. Go closer. Okay, so iron is gonna come to here. And, you know, I'm just gonna probably just go ahead and do it as like, here's a splitter. Just feed right in. Which actually I don't need, that's iron ingot going in, so I just really need the two-way splitter for the rods. Because I'm not going any further with the ingots. It's just, let's see, gold and copper ingot for plated connector. Man, I'll just do a three-way. That way if I do have something come up with it, I'll be ready for it. Okay. So let's feed it. Trying to keep little, you know, nice organization. That's better. If you get it at the right angle, it works better. But sometimes that angle is not ideal. Okay, so we're gonna have, you know what? I'm just gonna do it this way. Yeah, like this. Well, okay, so you're gonna go there, and you're gonna go there, and then we're gonna do another, just three-way splitters. You know, for this, I'm gonna stack them for a reason. So I can go ahead and start getting some height here. It's gonna make iron plate. That's gonna make iron rods. So plates, rods, and I do have where I need outputs to go further along, so that's good. Then I need copper plates. And, you know, let's just kind of stick with the same idea here. Just stack, and then I can do the same on this spot. Just tuck it in a little bit taller, and then part producer. Well, that is going to be a, can I stack the part producers? Yes, I can. Let's do it that way. There, copper. I need to go back. Drone can only reach so far. Copper. Yes, that's copper. So, copper. I'm gonna do the conveyor support. Just, well, no, because again, stacking. This just gives me more options because they actually stack. Oh, top one, a little off. What? Did I do the wrong thing again? I think I did, yeah. Yeah, merger, not splitter. You know what? Here we go. Number 8. Actually, number 7 for right now, because I'm, again, not using that mechanic. Okay, I'm not sure why I couldn't just click again. At that point, it did not want to build. So that will go to that one. And then that will feed to that one. And then that will come out this way to... let's cut this for a second. 7. There we go. So hopefully that should keep it with, well, at least for this it will. That will let me have a nice curve. Yay. Oh, and I turned that the wrong way. Of course, I thought it was too far forward and it was perfectly aligned. I did it again. So, you have a sinus headache? Well, that's no good. Just don't worry, Jenny. Just listen to the soothing sounds of spicy gaming. We'll get we'll go all ASMR on you. It's hard to tell the alignment on that. Okay. Oh, I'm not even thinking now. I was not thinking on that. I can stack them, but I need it to come off of the other one. Yeah, so it's gonna have to move up a little bit. Okay, so yeah, we'll do... Oh, no. Yeah, I didn't even think about that part. Okay, yeah, that will be better if I turn it this way and feed it in from here so that I can do this side and this side. Yeah, that'll work fine. That'll be fine. Then I'll have, if I need it, another side for a third output. So, copper. Wait, okay, wait a second. Copper plate, and then copper ingot to cable. Yeah, there. Okay. And now the same thing. I want to do it. I was tempted to just do it like this. Can never tell consistently on these. Like in some cases, it looked like it is lined up and it's too far forward or too far back, and then in other cases, it'll look like it's too far and it's actually lined up. Okay, so there goes those. And now I can split to here because I really only need one split to go out, honestly, and then I'll use another splitter. So that's those, and then like, okay, iron rod, because iron rods need to go here. We're gonna do that. Yes, because the iron rods gotta go into here to make gears. Yep. And then 7, put this here again so I can feed over and then out that way. Okay, that gives me at least basic iron plate production now. Going with that, and that's, yeah, plenty of copper going at the moment. Might need to upgrade some stuff. All right, that gives me that was all one zone, and then I still have one more, a saw blade, which takes osmium alloy. I'm about to just split that one. That's osmium alloy. Yeah, so if I split it to this spot over here. Okay. It's all crisscrossed, but hey, you know, I'm making it work without driving myself crazy doing it. Anyway, let me look. See, saw blade goes into Nothing else. Oh, but osmium ingot does go into something else up ahead. Osmium ingot goes into the saw, or osmium alloy goes into the saw blade. That's the ingot. That's not. Well, I still need to send it forward, but it needs to go to a different spot. Okay. Oh wait, no, that was. How was it? Is it? That's the osmium ingot. So where's the osmium alloy? That's osmium alloy. Okay, splitter for this. So I need that to feed. Now we'll do the vertical. So again, you know, other games, you click on that, it should snap to that. It doesn't in this game. That is a shortcoming on this implementation. But you see that? I basically then have to feed it to that. And then I've got to feed it all the way over here to a spot over here. And I think I'm just going to be, you know, whatever works. Saw blade, osmium alloy. Oh, actually, let me double check because I see it. It's osmium alloy. And then the leftovers go osmium ingot, osmium alloy. Okay, composite beam. So that's not going to work. Since that is where the alloy is being produced, it's still going to have to split. So, and it lined up wrong. It looked right, and then it was wrong. Okay. So I still will have to get that feeding all the way over here. Like that. And now, since apparently the osmium, the saw blade, I don't see it going to anything else. I'm still going to split it off just as a, if something gets added, it's there kind of thing. You know, I really don't have to completely retool a section just because, oh, guess what? Now this is required. Also, here's, when I was testing this recently, here's the other problem with this is the way you can't snap it to there or snap it to that. It's specifically to starting point of the input, then the output. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go and do a conveyor support. And again, this is not good in terms of the mechanics for this. So I'm going to do a conveyor support there. Now let's take that out. And now use this. I can snap it to the end of the conveyor and then drop it down there. Again, it needs to snap to the connector point, not just the conveyors themselves. And it should be whichever way you start it, or whichever way you connect it to. If this is the output, then it turns into the input on the conveyor. If it's the input part that I start at, then it's just turned into that's the output. Should be it should recognize what it's connecting to with that. Okay, so there goes that, making saw blades now. All right, and that should be the last part producer. So now we're getting into assembling machines. Yes. That's where... Oh, didn't harm the tree. Okay, so that's actually right there, intersects the road. Here it's just kind of underneath, so I can make that work for me. I'm not sure why that's not going to let me snap at all. It's like once you get past a certain point, even though you can target, it won't let you target to build. There we go. Okay, so I need assembling machines. next. And for now, I'm gonna go back to see about getting some more plates and rods put in the other warehouses. Also, you see, I did change my base setup a little bit here. I tried to integrate this more cleanly. It did not work. And it turns out that, let's go to the base. You see all these nice decorative things? They don't work on the reinforced compartment. And that includes the interior stairs. The reinforced compartment, you cannot build an upper level and put stairs in to connect it. So we have to use the reinforced compartment because of the environment, which I thought was going to be the tsunami thing, but that hasn't happened. So here it was simply the temperature, which I now have that. So I would hope I could build one of the regular compartments. You know what? We'll just try it. It'll break or not. It doesn't break. Okay. So I might redo this with some compartments later. So I can have an upstairs and I can, you know, go upstairs and walk out a door onto the landing pad kind of thing. Is what I would like to do. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, I think I should just use the splitters as my stacking method through the whole thing, all the way along. Been more expensive, but it would have worked so much better. So, okay, that's going. I at least have basic items, and that's kind of now where I need to figure out how I want to do this. So I may actually have to split some earth stuff off I didn't plan for. I may have to redo a couple of things in the earlier stages, because it is saying on my list here, battery was cobalt ore and sulfur ore, not refined cobalt. I think you'd want to refine the cobalt first, but it's just me. A filter is iron plate and sulfur ore. Okay. So let's see, I got iron plate 1, 2, 3 assemblers here. They're gonna need assembly machines. They're gonna need it. Iron plate goes to filter, osmium drill. Oh, and I will need, yeah, there's that copper ingot. Rubber, ceramic, oh boy. This is where it starts getting into the more complicated aspect, just because of how many different items we need. Let's see, assembling machine. Rotors, I need rotors anyway, so cable and rubber belt. Well, both of those are being produced in high quantity now. What? Let me see. I added those. What the? What? What? Oh, I messed up. Yeah, this was where I was play testing with that and I messed up. I pushed that through and not the actual rubber. I split off the wrong thing. Okay. We'll get that going just because this way I'll have at least some rubber being crafted over here too for a moment. Again, they're part of this where this does not make sense to do it the way it is, but this way it's done right now. I gotta do this. So I gotta snap it to here. And then what I gotta do is I gotta create a matching point basically here. This is about right about here. So I have it come and connect to, well, the correct side would be nice. Or don't connect to the correct side. Just, you know what, fine, we'll go this way. There. So just so I could do that, because I need to connect it on the input side first every time. Okay, and that could come out. That's gonna get some of that cleared out pretty quickly. There we go. Okay, great. So that'll make gold wiring, which I apparently will need a bunch of. Rotors. Yeah, you see my numbers going up. Cable and rubber belt. So I will need 4 each. I got enough to make 40 of them as far as computers. That iron beams, we're gonna get that going quickly. So if I do run out, that hopefully will be taken care of. I think this might also be where you know what, actually, again, the problem is gonna be the warehouses, the size of them and spreading them out. But I think what I might be able to do is stack some of these production spots and then just we'll do a long haul conveyor system that feeds into the warehouses. If I thought I could do the warehouses with stacking, which I might be able to do that with another platform, but if I could do the warehouses stacked, I might could actually do that, still have it come out usable for a train setup. That's kind of what I'm thinking on, is having a train setup be possible. I am going to need 15 right there just to get started. So 15, I need 60 rotors. Yeah, I got enough. We'll do that real quick. While we wait, Timmy, he's like, I'll have my snack. I'm going to lay down right now. We'll go to sleep. So tired. So tired from being petted so much today. Didn't even play hard day. He's just been petted a lot. Lots of scratches. Just exhausting being cute, isn't it, Timmy? Oh, speaking of cute, I had to take my car in for maintenance this morning, and when I go into the waiting area, there's this couple that they have, look like a teacup Yorkie, I think. It was jet black, but you know, the fur pattern made me think Yorkie, and it was a puppy that she was literally holding in basically like just a little pouch. And so she's just holding it in a pouch like that, just, you know, doing this to it. It is about the size of Timmy's head. That's you know, is about that big right there. Like, they were just holding it and sitting there, and it's just looking at everybody and whimpering because it couldn't get out to go meet everybody. But of course, everybody had to go over there and see the dog, because it was, again, it's probably about that big. You know, it's just a tiny, tiny little teacup looking dog. Timmy was not with me. He was home. Now, I didn't take him to the car place. I didn't want him sitting there whining because he was bored. Okay, so that gives me at least 15 buildable ones. Let's go ahead and take some of that out. I want to toss this into some of those. So I'll have it, but it's not like I'm going to be hurting for it. Oh, yeah, get rid of iron ingot. Yeah, cement. Don't worry about those. Osmium ingot. Just I'll toss some of this stuff over here. This will soon be, you know, where I clear stuff out very intentionally. Like plenty of rods there. I'll make sure to use up some of this and get this all cleared out so I can redo my setup here. You know what? Graphene. Errant piece of graphene. There we go. Okay, so I got that. I guess time to figure out what I'm going to do. You know what? Iron plate 116. Yeah, let me go check over this because this is still producing iron plate. And I didn't bother worrying about parts per minute, production rates or anything like that. If you want to do that at stream, go ahead. It's not like this is satisfactory. Well, that's really plays in as much. It's going to work either way. I'm going to produce what I need, and it's something I could go walk away from and just let it keep going. And this is going to cover almost every item in the game right now that I have unlocked, other than some of the new ones from the southern region with my little spot down there. I really wish Claude had done a better job of grouping some of these together. I think it just kind of went in order of certain things instead of grouping them the right way. So, I think for the assembling machines, I'm going to start with the ones that have, of course, the closest ingredients. So iron plate and iron rod, where they can both split and then combine at the same point. I don't want it to be like, you know, crazier than this crisscross pattern. So plus I just got the osmium fed over this way because I will need it. So we're gonna have an assembly machine. I may be feeding some stuff back this way to get it working. That's, yeah, that might be what I do. I just end up feeding some stuff over here and for this next batch. So that's gonna be what we're using. Fortunately, none of this requires water. I would be quite upset if this required water. Okay, so, you know, because of where it is, I'm just gonna have to split it like this. Actually, you know what? Iron plate, osmium ingot, that's osmium drill. But yeah, you know, iron plate, iron rod, I should do that first. That's iron beams. So I can literally take both of those. Then we have iron rod, copper plate. I think can I stack these two? Yes, I can. Interestingly, okay, it doesn't stack like that. It's like it's crossing into it, but I can stack it slightly off. Okay, you know what we'll do first? Yeah, it did just go in sequence, for the most part. It's like 1, 2, 3. I don't know why that's there. Okay. I'll just do like this. Okay. Oh, interesting. It only stacks on that side. It doesn't stack on this side. It stacks only aimed at that slightly off to this part of it. If I go this direction on it, it doesn't work. Okay, so circuit board, copper, and silica. So that's the easy one. Iron plate, iron rod. So that's an easy one. And then antenna, iron rod, copper plate. So that's an easy one. So I can literally put a splitter for copper plate to here, iron rod, and iron plate to here. So that's 3 splitters I need for these. And then, well, of course, the osmium ingot goes into this and the gear assembly. So I'll still have osmium ingot here because of iron plate. And I have gold. I think, yeah, we're just going to do like more right here. Do another set too. And stack it again. Which now, oh, there it goes. Okay. Interesting. It really does only work on that, going that side of it. Iron rod, rubber belt. Gold ingot, copper. All right. You know what? Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, that's perfect. If I do those, so I wish I could go and like quick draw this right here. I need a note. Oh, you know what? I got it. There's something I could have probably done already on these. Well, build a little label so I can keep track of which ones I am configuring on how I'm going to do this. So again, I need, the way I want to do this, circuit board, that's copper plate, silica. So silica is just the single spot, and I think that's the last spot I need silica at. So just the one silica, the copper plate there, iron plate, iron rod, iron. So that's the second copper plate, and then where's the? That's copper plate. Okay, so that's not as copper ingot I'm thinking of for that. So copper ingot and gold ingot can go in for the plate connector. Yeah, all right. And then that I'll do in another spot, I think. So certain things like the rotor is here because it's cable and rubber. It's just, it's not ideal from where I'm at to get those. And then we kind of move further out. I know I want to do this and this. So that's 2 copper plates. So 2 spots with copper plate, and then that's going to give me an iron rod, second iron rod. Yeah. Well, third iron rod that I can do hydraulic piston. That's listed as further. Oh, there's iron rod. Yeah, okay, so again, well, I need to be able to mark these. So I just need a note thing. Like, I just need a larger one of those. Like, here, big custom sized one that I can just, like, you know, type as much as I want. A big display board. That's what I need. I need a display board. And I don't think we've got that. Oh. All right, let's see. There's copper plates going to here. And then, oh, there's my copper plate. So copper plates come out on this splitter. So basically, you know what? Again, I'll do splitter type of thing. So how many do I need? I need 2, 2 copper plates. So that's suitable for copper plate. 3 iron rods. That's iron beam, antenna, and hydraulic piston. Okay, so 1 to 3, that's fine. Then I need iron plate, iron plate. What is that? 3 iron plates. Filter, osmium drill, and iron beam. So then the circuit board, copper plate silica is one of those, and the antenna, if I can do it, plated connector, gold and copper ingots. Oh, and then of course, again, I need osmium drill, which is iron plate. So I'm gonna go ahead, since I'll have osmium ingot coming in for this, I want to do gear assembly if I can. So that might be the osmium side. So I might just do this is all iron plates up here. Okay, so if I do that, which is gonna come off the bottom there. Yep, I'll just come off that way. So I'll go into splitter. You know, I might do it just on the bottom here. We'll just do that. So let's say this is going to be all the iron plates right here. And I'll get that in a second. So that would be, if I do osmium here on that side, like this, that's the osmium ingot for the osmium drill. I'll just do this until I know that is going to work. And then the gear assembly, so the osmium into the gear assembly like there. That's too close. It's gonna cross something, I bet. So that should be, let me double check before I go and say it. AI chip, osmium ingot. So I still will need another split coming out. So yeah, this is just gonna do it like that. And then, you know, if it could do it that way, why would it not just stick to that instead of doing this really weird curve to it? All right, so that's osmium ingots going into these, and that's a gear coming in here. So that would be the gear assembly. That works. Scroll it down. Okay, so yeah, osmium drill and gear assembly. Okay, so let's just say that's the irons. Now I need, that's the iron plate. So iron beam, we'll do this as iron beam. Iron beam. I'm doing good today on my typing. So it'll be iron plate and iron rod, and then we'll have the so yes, just a second, right here. Perfect. All right, so that would be, well, there's iron rod, so same thing, iron rod goes in here. So now if this is iron beam, that's a iron rod. Then the antenna, I guess I could go up here for that, and then we need a copper plate going in. So let's go ahead and do like a spot for copper plate. And then, actually, you know what? If that's gonna be that, then it'll go in like that. So I'll be the iron rod, and then iron rod with a copper plate. So antenna, I'm not even worried about how I'm going to get this into the warehouses yet. Might need to eat something. Okay, so antenna. So iron plate. Where's the other iron? Iron rod. Hydraulic piston. Okay, so if that's going to be the iron rod, then go maybe to this one. I think I might have it. Okay, and so I have another iron plate. That should be, if that's it, then that should be the filter. So sulfur ore going in there, just coming straight off of over here, I think, is sulfur. No, I'm gonna have a split for battery and sulfur ore. So you know what, we'll just do another, I'll just do another stack of these right here. Kind of have to start merging things in a bit. Four should be fine for now. Sulfur ore. I could fly over there. Okay. Make sure I'm not missing something. So cable to rubber belt. Yeah, that'll come in the next stage. Maybe, or I might stack it again. Do another stack above this. Because I am going to have, let's see, the osmium ingot go into those. And then splits out again for AI chip. So yeah, the osmium ingot will then feed back. Well, I guess I could just have it be, here's the osmium ingot coming in here. It could go to this spot and then feed to, I'll just feed to there. Osmium ingot. Okay. Let me do another stack over here. Let me make sure I've got everything right. So the iron plate at the bottom goes to the osmium drill, to the filter, and to the iron beam, which also gets the iron rod. There's the other iron rod. And then the hydraulic piston is the third iron rod. That's where I need a rubber belt coming in. Followed by the rotor. Gold wiring for a rubber belt. And I don't have anything else. So, okay, so rubber belt. I'm going to need rubber and gold wiring. So let's do another one here. Rubber belt. Alright, maybe I should put like a label on this. Just for a moment to keep this straight. Because I'm going to confuse myself. Iron plate. Iron rod. And that should be the copper plate. Yep, okay. And then that would be rubber belt. Also, we'll have rubber itself coming for the wheel, but that's gonna be the next batch where I get ceramics. So rubber belt is the rotor and hydraulic pistons, and I need rotors because that's what's making all these things. And that's cable. What is all this cable used? Cable is the rotor and the computer and the controller, which also uses the rotor. So I'm gonna, if I do this, then I'm gonna have another one of these here for the cable to split, so it goes to the rotor thing wherever I put it, and then past that, yeah. Oh yeah, and I was gonna do the plated connectors because of the gold and copper ingots, so I could just go ahead and knock them out. Let's do that. Plated connector. right here for that. Yeah. This gold and copper ingot, which I also need gold wiring, which is rubber. That may actually wait to the next layer. Yeah, let's just wait on that for a minute. I may literally just make this a big old stack for these to compress this down, and then just, yeah, go over here. And you know, maybe I need to just turn it and start building some of the stuff going this way. So, you know, hey, the train comes in, it goes along this way like that. It may even be a case the train comes in and then just pulls up and parks, and I just have a whole bunch of conveyors merging together into one little area. I'm not worried about the train for sure, but I kind of like the idea of doing that to deliver stuff to the original base as a secondary storage area. Okay, copper plate is gonna be that, which also is supposed to feed to where I get silica. So I got the silica, so that's okay. Yeah, circuit board, or yeah, circuit boards. So this is gonna be the circuit board, because I still need that as the other copper plate, right? Or did I already tie that in? Let's see, that's iron rod copper plate goes to there for antenna, and I did not do another copper plate yet. Okay, good. So that can go to here with the silica. Okay. I'm double checking myself again. Yes, okay, that's it. That's all the copper plates. Okay, let's just start with, you know what, we'll do the iron beam, the antenna. It's gonna end up being something's wrong, and I'm gonna have to fix this. Sulfur ore. Okay, so sulfur needs to go in there. Yep. All right. And then I have silica that's gonna have to go in. Let me head back. Okay, so there's the silica. Where's my sulfur? Sulfur is going to there only. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this. See if I just do it this way. Okay, there, yep, there it goes. All right. And then that can go to here. It's still not pretty, but it will work for me. Okay, so there goes that. So I'll just you know what? No, because I see it's already got the next one taken on number 3, so I'm gonna do number 4 just straight. That is if it will work. Why can I not target? What the? That's in. That is an input. That is an output. Now it targets. Okay, so that's sulfur, which is going into... Make sure I get the right one. The filter. Yes, sulfur ore. Okay. So that's that. All right. Hydraulic piston, which is going to be the rubber belt feeding to to there. Okay. All right, and then I got another rubber belt. Okay, that's osmium rod. Yeah, so I got that, and that's gear I need. So I need a split for. Where else do I use the gear? Gear assembly. That's. This is where I start to build a headache. Okay, it looks like that's the only spot I need a gear output for, which is that one. Okay, so that is going to go to the gear assembly. This is actually going to be a case, I think, to do the lifter. Actually, I'll just do it like this, so it can go that way, and I can just go boop. That. And, you know what? It's not snapping, but it keeps it from going inside of it. Okay, so that's gear assembly. There, yeah, okay. Is osmium drill. Yep. Okay. And so now let's just do the, go ahead and get the iron plate and the iron rods. And then again, this is copper plate, because I had to turn it. Copper plate. Look at my lovely spaghetti. Hopefully this is at least going to be working. Copper plate, just go in there. Just see everything start to kick in. I mean, it should work. Assuming I get, you know, enough production going on things. All right now, I'm going to say the problem's probably the part producer. So at some point in the future, it might be a case I split it and do, like, once I have enough supplies built up, split it, higher output from the drill into the forge, you know, maybe extra forge, more iron ingots coming in, and then split it to more part producers, like 2 part producers for the iron plates, iron rods, and then a merger to bring them back together. It's just, I'm getting so cramped for space right now. Oh, first filter getting produced. Yay. Okay. Let's go get over here. And let's eat. And I think, yeah, this is where I may be having to just turn stuff and kind of go I really don't want to have the ground terraform in order to support another warehouse. So let me just go ahead and get this built. And we'll do another warehouse. And then I'll be having to look at turning them. There it goes. Okay, so I've got a total of 7 items to be output. So that's 4 more and 3 more there. I mean, I guess certain things I could just blend between, you know, 2 items in 1 row on the warehouse, but then you end up getting too much of one item, you know, and it's just, why not just go ahead and get it taken care of. where everything's got its own lane and stays in its lane. Okay, and I do have the silica split already right there. So and then I'm gonna build an even bigger trunk of stuff coming along to here. Those are not even needed at the moment. That's, you know what? I'll leave them. Okay, so let's see. That is producing, albeit slowly. Apparently, because my iron plates are being very sluggish at the moment. Because I am, well, you know, using some up, so that does not help. But it is producing at least. That's producing. That I still need a rubber belt to feed in. So where is my rubber belt? Is it this one? Yes, it's this one right here. So that's gonna go all the way over there. That is gonna be slow. Partly because of this being slow. I may actually redo this. Or not redo it to a degree, but part of that is going to be me just adding another spot up above. And I'm hoping this will just be sufficiently, nope, I gotta go taller. Oh, hey, look, they also fixed that thing where it would not place in the middle anymore. And then it moves. Well, I said they fixed it, and now apparently this side has decided to break. I mean, it worked on the other ones, and then, oh, now it works again. It's, okay, there's something goofy with that item. That should be sufficient. What I'll do is take this water out from that, and just basically I'm going to put like a, well, you know, just do a stand there. And I'm going to put another lovely splitter there. Okay. Right. Okay, so that will go to here and here, and hopefully I'll be able to get this right here to work. I think this is gonna get moved back. Okay, let's take that out, toss that in. I'm gonna do another greenhouse here. Basically, so I have two. And yeah, the squiggly one, but it works. That seems to be more than sufficiently fast enough. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that, I'm just going to rotate it slightly. It doesn't have to be perfectly aligned, just well enough. So there, like that. That will make the rubber. And what I'll do then is just do a merger. Very, very close. Probably too close. Okay, then that will go into here. And again, where the goofiness comes into play with this. And I cannot stack that, so this... Oh, man. All right. Let's see. You know what? Oh, actually, I know what I can do. We did get different sized... I will say this was the half platform is what it was called before, and then this was the normal platform. Now it's a 2.5 by 2.5. This is a 5. Now we got a 6 by 6. But I'm going to go ahead and do this because that gives me this. And that's what I need because I want to connect from here and go down to here. And there you go. Now, let's see how this goes. That's 60 per minute. And this is producing 60 per minute. That's producing 60 per minute. And it uses 5. So there I'm producing 120 per minute. And divide that by 5. And you are looking at 24. So I'm still going to produce slower than what this technically should be able to produce. So I technically could have built a third level up there and run it down too and have a 3-way merger and have it really pulling from that. Obviously, one side is not being treated equally, so I don't like that. That's a logic thing in the programming there. It's pulling from one side first before it pulls from the other one. But I think now they are leveling out. So good. All right, more rubber production, which is about to fill up anyway. We'll get more rubber belts. Which means that's producing. What is it? That's gear. So now that, yeah, is... Again, it's going to take a while for some of this to fill up, but hey, eventually it will all fill up, and I will, you know... I leave. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so now, you know what? I need to get the connections going at least to this one. Yeah, actually, I think I'm going to have to do this. I'm just going to have to rotate. I'm going to turn, and we're going to start building the behind it. Because I still need... I'll say probably 2 more of these. Actually, you know what? We'll do it like this. Well, I need to get behind it, so you know we'll do that. I'm just gonna need to expand a bit so it doesn't create a fake ground thing for me. Okay. Now go here, and I leave. Well, that's the. If I do the input on this side, then I add a longer reach trying to get around the back. So I'm gonna do the input on the outside, and then it'll be, you know, oh hey, I want to put. Yeah. I want output into a train, so then this will line up with that. And that gives me room for another one to the side of it. Actually, you see how much I could actually stack over top of each other if I didn't want it to look appropriate. I'm going to try to stick with it looking normal and not weirdly like overlapped. We're not going to clip everything to make this work. So we're not doing no clip on this. All that, yep. Okay. So these are going. I gotta start feeding them in. I mean, that's full. Yeah, so we got iron beam. This is gonna be the next one, and I do need a splitter on this because it's about to feed a bunch of other machines right here. So I'm just gonna do it like that, because then we'll have the next set of machines going in, and I'm gonna split to here. Ooh, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna let it go for a second. There, got it in there. Dumped everything it made so far. I'm gonna do the machines, or this part. That way, I'm just gonna stack them and keep it more compact, hopefully, without too much problems coming from this. Okay, so that's the iron beams going in. I may end up stacking 2 of these. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the antenna I need for the next set as well. Yeah, I might be what I do is do like, I've got that, and then do another 4 right here, which actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Okay, we just do 3. So that to there, that to there. Why? It's like I cannot connect to that this time. Okay, and then assembly, assembly, assembly. And then that is going to be what feeds over this way. Is where it's going to get more complicated. I'm just going to feed it along like the edges here. Actually, I think I'll do it like this. Yeah. So hopefully that will let me have, yay, it does. A little nicer curve to it. And hey, longer conveyors just mean more items that can sit on the conveyor as extra storage capacity. All right, and then this is going to be you know what? Why not just go ahead and do another stack right here. Yeah, just keeping it controlled in the way they connect. As this gives me a consistent point. I mean, this is the same functionality I said we need for the stacking connectors like we do in Satisfactory. See, oh man, we are hour 40, so it's gonna be a push. I think I could still try and get this all finished at this point today. That's my goal, is to try and get it completely done today. Yes. Okay, so that's a bunch of stuff out of the way. Well, circuit boards are going. Actually, probably had a decent amount of those already. Yeah, I definitely may need to upgrade my production of iron plates and iron rods for as much as I got going for it. Okay. Let's see. What does that leave me with? That's the whole first set, the first row it gave here. Then I've got the Okay, circuit board. Yeah, circuit boards coming out. I need cable and rubber belt coming out for rotor. Or did I didn't do the rotor? Yeah, that's okay. That leaves that. I got the plated connector. Yes, please. Did I do that? Or no, I did circuit board. Because that, yeah. So plated connector, gold and copper ingot. That's not a problem. I just gotta make sure I can branch that off. Battery. Ceramic comp. Where's the ceramic thing? Where's I gotta have 2 ceramic composite things coming off of here. Where was that? It's way back here, isn't it? It's that one, isn't it? Yes, it is. Oh, wonderful. All right. Might as well go ahead and toss this right here, I guess. Wow, at least I got a fairly good amount of height on this. Okay. I think I might fire it over to here and then stack another here to fire it over that way. So that ceramic composite goes for wheel and thermal regulator. So 2 of them right there are going to use that. The gold wiring is gold ingot, and that's going to be plated connector for gold ingot. So I want to stack those together, I think. Should be 8 left, I think is what it is. I did. Yeah, it's 15 total. I did 7 there, so I've got 8 more on this next layer. So that means everything that's going to go past this is there's going to be 8 more assemblers right around there stacking that I'm going to do. So I think I'm going to do that 3 high and just do 3 by 3, 3 wide, 3 tall, and do it that way to compress that together. That gives me all of those, and then part of the next round is going to be another 4 assembly machines followed by 3 advanced assemblers. Oh, you know what? This may end up being a better option to just build a platform above that and then funnel everything right there and just stack it with another platform on top. Basically making a second floor. And again, just worrying about longer conveyor lines going to the warehouses. I'm gonna go check. I should have a bunch more iron plates made now. So I'm gonna, since that seems to be the main holdup right now because I'm using them for other things, I'm gonna take iron plates from the other base and keep them in inventory to kind of help speed some things up. And then once this is done, I can let it kind of fill in, hopefully enough. I'll redo it and boost the iron production to make twice as many iron rods and iron plates so I can speed it up. And I should, you know, let me just check real quick. I want to see how much I'm using. Not that much yet. And water. Oh yeah, I'm good on water too, so make sure I'm not about to run out of one of those. And just because I've got so much in the way of like iron plates being consumed, I may build me a secondary spot with another, like a warehouse for just iron plates and a warehouse for just iron rods off somewhere else. So I can have me just those going into their own warehouses to provide extra. So I don't hold that up as badly. Hopefully it would, it pulls from whatever your closest warehouse is. You know what, I can take those. And I'll take some gears. I can, you know, throw those in over there and speed up a couple of things. I think I might just toss like a stack of iron plates into each one of those assemblers just to let them kind of go ahead and knock out a little stack of items. I do need to hurry up and get the rotor next, so I'm thinking it first, so I can go ahead and have it producing. That's cable and rubber belt, so not a problem. And then I got computer, cable, and circuit board. This could actually be kind of an interesting thing, is to stack another floor up above there, and using that, have it where I can send some stuff back around using some of the vertical conveyors. Because I do need, this is where it's kind of like it would make more sense to stack them in front, but I am running out of room for my setup because of the stupid road curve. Had I wanted to spend the extra time to go straight and come in, then wouldn't have this problem. But I didn't want to overcomplicate it further. I just wanted to get it done. So let's see, this one, nope. What? Slowly building up, and once, you know, that's full of conveyor belt or rubber belts, I won't need any more rubber belts elsewhere. So yeah, like that. So I just go and throw in a stack on each. Let these start producing a little bit faster. And that, yep, gear, stack of gear. And I'll go ahead and toss this stack of beams in there. And yeah, okay, now step back. And again, I got, you know, I probably need to scroll back down a bit. I need 8 more. So if I do 3 by 3, basically I have that stack. What I could do is I could remove those and instead just be, here's a platform that goes over top using, ideally, actually the road thing would probably be really good. But I'm just gonna do this. So, you know what? I'll do it with these because this is not extendable. I feel like that should be, you could place it and extend it upwards. Actually, that's tall enough. Okay, so and I'll do is I'll just go ahead. I know it's like, you know, right here. What? Now it's doing that thing again where it won't target the middle. But and it starts working. Okay, we'll do one like this. Yes, okay. At least makes it look like there's support. Yes, like that. Okay. What? Okay. It was going to build one row further out, but not the row that was literally right there. I'm not sure about that one, but okay. So now I have this, which does go further back than I really would like, but it does mean I can then kind of, you know, some of this feed up and out along maybe a side path here, a little channel along the side. I think I want to go out and place it in midair. Yes, totally what I was trying to do. So these will actually shift over a little bit. You know, I need 8. Again, I'll do 3 by 3. I'll spread them out a little bit more. Okay. And do it like this. And this. And I'm down on rotors. Okay, so yeah, I need to get the rotors started. Actually, it was 8. Yeah, so I don't even need another one. That's right, because I had the right amount. So 3 by 2. I mean, I could do 4, I guess. I could just done it. Stack it that way, so I'm not stacking as high. Let's just go ahead and move this in closer. There we go. Okay, so that gives me room for splitters and then output to here to go back here. So what I can do is I can basically feed up, and Satisfactory I would have the underside hanging option, so where I could hang the conveyor connectors underside and do that and then feed. Kind of need that in this too. I'll say yeah, I think we have that in Orebound too, I think too. So yeah, we need that here. But now I need to figure out how I'm going to split this. If I get at least this part done, that leaves a total of 7 more buildables. 4 assembly machines and 3 advanced assemblers, and that gets pretty much everything that doesn't require amethyst or something else I haven't unlocked yet. So, yes, if I get this finished, that'll be great. I've already got filters, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to label, because, you know, labeling helps with organizing. Battery. Battery? I'm not even sure what all I will need that for. I don't even know if I'm going to need a lot of those. It's one of those things that's on there, so why not go ahead and build it? I mean, it is a buildable thing, right? I swear I went through this. Or maybe that's... Did it mess up and do... It said assembly machine. Did it mess up and put the wrong thing? So I might have it might have overshot here. Claude may have misunderstood some things. Or I might have also left off the advanced assembler part of that. No battery. So batteries are not needed. Okay, so battery comes out. Let me just see. I did build in here for that. So was it battery? Not a standard battery. That's not what the... Or did I do standard? I don't think I did any of those. I think I just did this. Battery cell. That's okay. It's cutting off the battery cell part. It left the cell out. It just said battery. I was like, I know I didn't go that far down. Okay, so I do need it. Shame on you, Claude. You left out some stuff. I know I put in there battery cell. I know my name thing was done right. See, oh yeah, ceramic. And like that. Okay, that's working. So there goes ceramic. All right, so battery on the end, battery cell on the end, which is the cobalt ore and sulfur ore. Just double check, make sure that is, yeah, cobalt ore and sulfur ore. So that's just 2 ores right there. Cobalt ore and sulfur ore. Do I have any more spots where those go in? Oh god, and I'm gonna have to go long haul back to push ruby up here because I need ruby for thermal regulator and AI chips after this. So yeah, would still have been just as much of a headache, but I could have made it a little bit more organized of a headache with Satisfactory, and possibly even, well, Orebound, the conveyor part would be better in Orebound than this, but the designs are much more bulky on some of those machines, which means I would have to use a lot more space in order to build the factory like this. It'd be like twice as big as it is right now. Yeah, so sulfur ore and cobalt ore. Oh, the filter, yeah, I got that going down there, so I need cobalt ore to come up. All right, Jenny's gonna go take care of her laundry. Gotta have fresh laundry. Sulfur ore. All right, well, I missed that, so here we are going to do another correction, a split. You know what, might as well just go ahead and do this. I'll just throw an extra split spot in there, and I'll go into there, and what I'll do is I'll continue that to there. Yes. Okay, so that's the sulfur ore, and then so what I need is a spot. I need it to, again, I need it to just connect right off of that. So, see if I can get this to work well enough. If I put it like this, and then I can stick, I cannot stick it on top. So, 1, 2, 3. Cannot stick it on top. What? Okay. I'll do it this way, because I know it works with this. Okay, and that should be good enough. Take that out. Okay, so that, yep, goes there. So that's the sulfur ore. And then I need the cobalt ore. That's probably another one I'm going to have to redo the split over here. I'm pretty sure. Yep, cobalt ore, I did not split it like I should have. So, take that out. Well, okay, that actually kind of works to my advantage. I'm just going to go ahead and do this right here. Let me turn this way, because again, I'm having a problem targeting the stupid thing. Look how far back. Okay, that's kind of what I started seeing or noticing. Is you look how far back I have to go. That even though it disconnected it up to a certain point, it basically acted like there's a new set connection point. And I did notice on one of these, I was literally, oh yeah, see there, that just fixed. There's some major issues with the conveyors in this, just major issues. Even though I deconstructed up here, I had to go all the way back there to fix that part, because it broke it back that way. Ah, there. Okay, now. Guess I'm just gonna stack it this way. And stack it. Well, I'm gonna need 2 more here because... no, that's the ceramic. Okay, yeah. So, that's going there. Okay, there's that. And there goes that bug again. Where it says I cannot target this for some weird reason. Where? Come on. Okay, targets that one. It won't target this one. Why? Please, devs, tell me why that's happening, because that's not the correct functionality there. Did I? It deleted the wrong one. Now I gotta fix this again. And now that doesn't work. That's literally the right connection point. Okay, now it worked and then it moved. Major issues with conveyors in this game. Oh, I saw it again. I targeted that one and it literally looked at the one behind it and tried to destroy the wrong one. Yeah, targeting is not good in this game. It's very finicky. And now, exact issue there. Actually, I probably should just flip those. Okay. All right, well, that's working to a degree now. I mean, it's trying to send some stuff through. It's working on it. Get that. That's the ceramics, because I know I gotta have ceramics over here. And this. Okay, now. That's, yeah, gonna come out. Okay, so I don't actually need any more of that. The osmium, obviously cobalt ore, is gonna go straight to here. Again, not wanting to connect to that till not wanting to connect, period. Why? Why you do this to me? It's not even, it's like I can't go any further. Like that, yeah, okay. Maybe it's the range limitation on this. Throwing that off. Because that is one thing. It looks like you can attach it. You know, it's like, it's not saying you're out of range. It's like, it should work. It just does not work. There we go. Okay. Producing battery cells. Okay. Ceramic wheel thermal regulator. And this is now where I'm going to need the ruby to be split into the thermal regulator and to the AI chip. So I'm probably going to try to do it where I might extend this out and do the other set right over this, and then everything just kind of, yeah, continues feeding. I'm going to take this out. I'll end up moving these somewhere else. Okay, so that's going to produce that. So if I do, let's see, ceramic, what else is there on this that might have just a single? well, gold and copper ingot. But gold ingot goes to the gold wiring, so rubber. I'm thinking I want to do this for the ceramic then. So if I do... let's go ahead and put these on every one of them while I'm thinking about it. Okay. Just because the ruby being here, if I do this as the thermal regulator, ruby ore ceramic component, so thermal reg, there'll be ruby ore coming in there, ceramic goes there. If I do ceramic there, that's also rubber coming in, which I need rubber to go with gold wiring, which is the gold ingot. So I could do gold ingot and wiring there, and then the gold ingot plus copper ingot there for plated connector. I think that might work. So if we do that, that's going to be the wheel. Yeah. So I'm trying to target the text box. Okay. So I get, that's all the ceramic. Double check. Ceramic component, I need it for the ship engine too, so it's going to have to split out. So if I do that, then basically I need a stack here for ceramic component. Yes, you know what, that's fine, so I'm just going to do that. So that would be the ceramic component. I'll go ahead and do same thing again. Yes. If I can target the thing. Right. Okay, so that, yeah, I need ceramic component to pass to the next area for the advanced assembler for simply the ship engine. And I don't know how many of those I'll actually need, but I can mass produce them, so I assume at some point I'm going to need them in large quantities. If I can mass produce it, there's a reason you mass produce it. That's why those little upgrade things don't let you mass produce. So yeah, that's those. Okay, ceramic comp, which would go to the thermal reg, ruby ore, so we're going to do that. And I'm going to do like this for the wheel. And then rubber will come in on that one. Then I need rubber for gold ingot, for gold wiring. So we'll do the target the text thing. Gold wiring. So now rubber and rubber. Okay. So I probably should have kept one of those. I guess I can't build it. Yep, nope, can't build it right there. So I'll just stack it underneath best I can. There we go. Look at that. All right, so rubber. Right. And let's see, rubber, does that need to go anywhere else? Up there? No. And I'm gonna have to, oh man, graphite rods. I'm gonna have to fire something from way in the back again. So, should be the last use of rubber is these two. And then I have 2 spots for rubber belt. So rubber and rubber. Okay, then that's gold ingot and gold ingot to here, which is the plated connector. Yeah. So gold ingot. I probably should just, you know, done that. Just left these all here to start with. Yeah, yeah. I should have just done that. Okay, so gold ingot. Which, yeah, I need to get... I'll get rotors going. Rotors, rubber belt. So that's the copper ingot there. And I want to say, I think that's the only other spot I need copper ingot. Copper. Plates and, you know, that stuff. That's a big copper ingot. Right? I didn't do the plated connector yet, did I? Let me double check, make sure I'm not crisscrossing on this. No, I did not. No plated connector. Okay. Oh. And I see I skipped. No, I didn't skip. I have something that is not... Oh, because I didn't do the rubber belt to here yet, did I? Or did I do the belt? The belt is there. And belt is feeding to this. Why, you know... Oh. Wait, no, that's insulating layer, right? Yeah. Okay. So I broke the gold ingot feed at some point. Where's my gold ingot? That's... What is that? That's graphene. Yeah, that's not supposed to go in there. So that's the gold ingot right there. All right. So that got broken. And I don't remember doing that. Okay, there's that. That feeds... I'll take that out. What was it? Yeah, because there's... That's the insulating layer. Insulating layer. So where is my... Which, oh, I need a... Oh, man. Okay. Insulating layer. Yeah, no, that is a mistake. I did rubber belt from the wrong output. So where's my rubber belt is in this one. So rubber belt, that's the, yes, that's rubber belt. Okay, so this one here to go up to that, you know what, just to make it a little cleaner. Yeah, I'll do this like that. So rubber belt to rubber belt. Okay, now that, yes, hydraulic piston, go. And then that leaves me one going there, and then 1, 2, I can try. I was going to feed forward, but now I'm not. So rubber belt, I'm just going to do it as another stack here. Let me just go ahead and start stacking. Like that. So that is going to be a copper ingot feed. That's going into... Yeah, okay. So that can go... Of course, this is... Okay. Let's see. Easiest way for this is I'll just start like this. So boom, boom. Okay, so that goes there. It's copper ingots to here. Plated connector. That should be it. That's going there. So now the gold, which is going to there. That's what it was. I took that out in order to connect to somewhere else. So let's just do a splitter. Yeah, here. That does not line up. That will go to here. And go to here. Yes. that, and then that will feed up to gold ingot there. So, yep. Yeah, it's not gonna be pretty, but I can make this work with this. So that to there. Yes. And delete the right item. Goes to that. Goes to there. Well, something went along there. So, yeah, gold ingots. My gold ingot is getting used somewhere else. So, and I don't know why it dropped me out of that, because I tried to access something. Insulating layer, yeah, okay. So I broke that, that's going in there, trying to get that going. And then that's feeding over there. I mean, that should be the only things using gold ingot, so I may have to upgrade my gold production as well later. But there we go. Okay, that's actually should be firing off soon. Yeah, getting some stuff. So I'm going to start producing gold plate connectors. That's actually ready to run. Gold wiring. Okay, so I guess we'll go ahead and do the wheel. That's battery. Oh, battery cell is already full. What was this? This was thermal reg. And I forgot to get over here and do something for that. So I need, that's going. So I need the rubber and the ceramic coming from, well, here's ceramic. Okay. So ceramic is gonna go up top. Rubber. Where's my plain rubber? This one. Oh, again. I don't know why at certain points I try to access something, it just dumps me out of the drone. Alright, so that's the rubber production right there. Yeah, still not keeping up. That's producing rubber to make the belts. Keep going that. Yep. Alright, so this one comes out from here. That's gonna go up to there. So I could do like this to, right here. That'll be good. Same kind of, basically same spot. And then we're gonna rotate and go up like that into there, into here, and now that's rubber gonna go in to produce the wheel, produce that. I need ruby. I get my ruby, and that will need a splitter coming off for that. So I already did put ruby to something. Where? Ruby going into the first one in this chain. Okay, well, that one's still open. I did not leave it open on this side. You know what? Fine. It'll go there. I'm not gonna stack it weirdly up above or to the side there. So I'll do that. And then you know what? Good spot to go ahead and do one of these, I guess. Yeah, just right there. Like that. Okay. And then, yeah, the ruby, I basically need a split. So, yeah, that'll work. So the ruby has got to go to here and then around to the other side. What the? Nothing coming out yet. Stuff's going in, but it's not coming through yet. Is it like literally ticking its way up? I mean, that's going. Why is it just not showing anything? Going across, it's not pushing anything. What is the deal? It's going somewhere. It's just not going where it visibly should be going. Why that? Yeah, that's not making sense. Why is that working? I feel like this is another one of those the conveyor's broken situations. Like that right there where it just decided to split it differently this time. I mean, obviously it's counting it like it should be going here. But it's not. Okay. Just, yeah, fine. I want to take it out. Because obviously, that has problems still. I was just gonna do that, but no, doesn't want to work. I'll just do it this way. Ah, yeah. That weird clipping, but, you know, is what it is. Sometimes you have to make ugly things because it's how the game restricts you. And now it's working. So apparently there is a lifting limitation on how far an item can go before it gets stuck in there, and apparently it doesn't count as being stuck. It just keeps funneling it through. So conveyor or using the splitters and mergers stacked is still the better option than the vertical lift. Okay, let's see, what's next? Got that going. Feeding there, that's full. And I'm not even done anything yet for output. That's wheels, okay. Did not even get to that point yet, but that's the plated connector, which was that. So that next was... probably I need rubber belt. That's what it was. So it's gonna be the rotor, which needs cable, and well, the computer needs circuit boards and cable, and then the controller needs the cable and the rotor fed back around. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, right? That's just that's it. It's rotor, computer, and controller. So cable, rubber belt, which I'm getting from down here too. Hydraulic piston. So I gotta feed back one of these, which is not the way I wanted it done at all. But hey, you know what? Fine. I'm gonna do it this way because it will at least I know work. So that's rubber belt. I'll just feed it like this. Let me take that out real quick. So if I do that, that will be the rotor, which is fine right now to get started just on its own because it'll feed back into this. So I'm going to need a splitter like right here. And that's, you know what? That is the way I'm going to do this. Same kind of way as I did that. So that will handle the split going, or, you know, just the connections going forward. Well, I am going to go ahead and do just a 2 conveyor splitter right here. So it will feed that into there for that. And then this will feed back around. What the? Okay, yes, that is a very logical method for feeding that in. So I'm gonna need cable to make the rotor, and then I need cable for the circuit board and cable for the rotor, or the controller, which also needs the rotor. So this is gonna be the controller right here, because I'll have the rotor coming back, and then cable is basically going into each of these. I think that's all I really need. I only need one more. So cable into, well, see, the rubber belt, yeah, will go into here. The cable will also go into here. The cable will go up here to the controller, if I can get it to decide to snap on it. There, yeah. And then that leaves the computer, which is the circuit board and cable. So again, cable going to that, and I need a circuit board. Where's my circuit board sound? That circuit board. Okay, so that feeds to here, which means I need one to come out from here and go. Actually, this is gonna be, yep, all I'll do is I'm just gonna split. Actually, no, not that. We're gonna split and use this to come up this way. Go like that. Again, it should just connect straight to it like in other games. So that hopefully will be something gets fixed later, where you can just connect straight in instead of having to do this weirdness. And that's going to come around to, see how I can do this. It's got to come over to this side. So I basically, I need another spot here. Oh yeah, and I know I can't do it that way, so I'll do it. Can I build well, I can build like that. That will work. Yeah, it gives me enough clearance, I think. Like that. And then there. And that's, yeah, even this conveyor type is so high speed, it's gonna be way more than I need for any of this. So I'm not worried about trying to get a better conveyor type in this. I just want to do all this. So that should be circuit boards going in, splitting off of that to the assembling machine. You know, now we're going to go ahead and set it up. Computer, okay. Controller. This was, if I can see it, rotor, which is the rubber belt and cable. All right, so where's the cable? I need the cable feeding in, and it's not. That's rubber. I've already got rubber belts. Where's the cables? There. Okay, so it's coming off of that right there. So I did. That feeds there, that feeds there, so I did not bring the cables out yet, so I can bring the cables up to here, and that was cable, controller, cable, okay, yeah, okay, so this basically I need it to come out from here to here. Yeah. And I need to, okay. This is normally where the time-wise we would be stopping for the day, but because we started later, I am going to keep going. So we will get this part done. And I'm just going to do it like this. 4 high. Actually, 3 high, because then this connecting to there. The cable in, cable out, and that should, yes, start firing off super fast because I got so much already made. So now we're going to start producing some rotors, which, because I don't have storage anywhere yet, the rotors are going to automatically feed back to here. Yes. Oh, well, you know, if I connect things up, they will. So we're going to start, they're going to feed over there, but they can only go so far. So, I can't forget, you know, there's a difference in the way the games are doing this. You look at Start Rupture, it'd be, oh, well, I can't send it anywhere. There's nothing requesting that yet. There's no actual fitted, you know, storage point for it. So it would literally send it only along this rail in Star Rupture. Satisfactory would send it till, like, split it and then keep going until this was completely backed up to here. But at the same time, it would also go until this one completely backed up to here. And so as soon as it backed up all the way to here, this is where it would start going. The fact that that just disappeared in there is a questionable part, because that's what it was doing before on that other conveyor part. It just kind of did that. So I don't like the fact that it's doing that. It's like it's consuming it without actually using it. Okay, so I got controllers, got massive number of computers going. Goody. That's going. That's going. That's going. That's going. That's going. We actually have stuff being produced. Oh, man. Okay, so finally, I'm up to that point. That should be literally everything that was supposed to be in that. We're down to the last 2 zones as the way Claude built it. And, I still got to do the outputs for that. So I've still got 2 zones where I need outputs fired off. That's feeding there. So I've got those feeding there. Basically everything from this side is fed out correctly. So now I have this zone. Yeah, everything from there is being done. And that leaves that. Everything there going. And now I've got another set of outputs here to take care of. So I don't want it to be super stacked high. That's 8. So I'm just going to do it like this. 2 stacks side by side for each item. Once I can get the count. Oh, well, that's not even lined up. Oh, well. So I'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. 1, 2, 3, 4 into that one. And then feed them down this way along these stacks. So the first 2 go there, and I need another warehouse. So that's 2 more items plus it. So that's another warehouse plus 1. 4. So I need another. Yeah, okay. So that's 2 more in this warehouse. Leave me 6, which means 1 more warehouse to get that. Then I'll have 1 left. So that's plus those. So that's another warehouse. I need 3 more warehouses total. And that will finish all of this. Yeah, I need 3 more warehouses total along this side to feed back here and do that. So let me just see if I can get some more space over here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is a lot of work. It's the same as like SAS Factory. You get all this going. It's a lot of work, but once you get it done, you leave it. You walk away and you go about your business at other spots. So, you know what? I already know how I'm going to do this. It's going to basically be a diminishing stack. So right now, I've got these like that. So all of those are going to feed into here. So that's 2 that will finish this stack. And then I'll do, so it's not just getting completely out of control in size. I'm gonna do this stack here. Actually, go a little bit closer because I'm not splitting from here. This is just to act as the mount point, so we don't have a proper one. So that will be those 5 right there. Yeah. So that's the rest of these, whatever it ends up being. That I feed in there is already set up for that. Then these will feed to here like that. I have to put another row on this, I think, on the outside of this to get. Oh no, you didn't. And 10 is the parent limit I can build in a single go. So that will be this to, yeah, doing this. I mean, I could do them all. No. Do them all coming out this way. Actually, yeah, I probably should just go back and redo that on that side instead of coming out the front. Not that it makes that big of a difference, but consistency. Yeah, just a visual consistency. And because that actually does work. So that's those. So here's 2 that are going to go on this side for no. Well, that is coming in there, but problem is height of that. I'm at the mat, so yeah, I'm just gonna stack it where it'll go like that. That is not lined up. Is not lined up. Do it like this. Wait, it doesn't matter because I can still follow the same path from here to here. It's just a different input location. And then I'll build where I got that. I may actually just, because of the height here, that actually will work. 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming off of that. So that's 5 that will feed to these. Of course it did. It clipped through it. I don't want that, so just gonna do it like this. You know what? I realized something. I was so frantic just trying to get ready in time, even for the later start today. I just realized something. I put a frozen dinner in the microwave. I started the first timer and I forgot about it. So my frozen dinner is sitting in the microwave, warmed up the first stage where I have to stir it, and then put it back in. So it's just sitting there waiting for me to go and do that. Oh, that's how frantic I was trying to get everything taken care of today. So there you go. That's yes, I sacrificed lunch, and not just I didn't get to eat it, but that I literally wasted it today to make it here. Oh, it does have like a stack buffer for that. Okay, well that's fine. I'll get these done. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 6. So let's go ahead and get number 6 on there. All right, so yep, 1, that. 2, and 3, 4, 5, and I'm out of osmium alloy. I have consumed all of it, and I also moved out of my oxygen area. Wonderful. I've slowed down my osmium alloy production so much I burned through all of the conveyor stuff. Oh man. All right, well, I may not be completely done, but let's see what else is there while I wait for a few pieces of osmium alloy to build up. I have the catalytic converter, phosphorus, and advanced filter, so I still gotta reroute those to the next step. Actually, I've got 4 more assembling machines, so I think I may actually just build them on top of this. Even though it means a much higher stack, I'll do that. You know, actually, no, because I've got that. I'm gonna do the same thing I did on that level. Another floor up above these. Like that. Doesn't have to be as big. I probably should have just done it like off the corner here. So I can keep it at least kind of lined up. Then how'd it work? Okay, so there goes that. Yeah, okay, that's, yeah, close enough. Okay. And I might just do it where I go ahead and have it. Looks like that got even more off kilter after I hooked things up to it. 6 osmium alloy to do this. Okay, great. You know what? Actually, I got a solution. That's why I didn't take any of the old stuff out yet. Yeah, osmium alloy, which is that one. So gold ingot is holding it up. I got plenty of osmium right now. It's the gold ingot, which is fine. I can take care of that real quick. I think I took the alloy crafting out at the other spot, but where was it? Is that the osmium, right? Yes, okay. That's the reason why I didn't take these out yet. Because thought they might still be useful at some point. And it's a good thing I was right. At least that means I did burn through all of my osmium alloy over here at the first base. So yeah, that leaves catalytic converter, composite beams. Did I do that already, or did I just did? No, it did gear assembly. So composite beam because it's why? Okay. Well now, yeah, okay. It's I see why it was put there, because it needs iron beam and osmium alloy to make that part. And I was in the other set making iron beams. I should be able to do it on that same spot, I guess. I probably could have done a third, you know, stack there, but and then I'll stick with what I got, because I could do I got 4 of those, so I could do 2 by 2 stacked, and then 3 advanced assemblers, which will take some stuff from those assemblers. Oh wait, well, I'm done. I need to go over to the gold spot first. Yeah, I'm still not going to be completely finished because I ran out of osmium alloy and my production is way too slow right now. So there's still going to be some spots where I might build like a standalone just so I have for when I'm building kind of thing. Though my hope is after this, I will be doing like this gold spot. I won't need it because I'll have the gold ingots and the insulation layer, that stuff already produced in large amount. Once this is done, I can go back and hopefully just work on the mining, the drills and the forges, so I can, if I need to boost, which I think it had there's advanced forge. If I could get me some reinforced frames going, which I do have it set to do that, carbon fiber, iron beam. Once that is done, I'll go back and replace the basic forges with reinforced frames, and it does give me the ability to produce steel, but I'm going to just use an alloy thing for that. But yeah, something I got it somewhere in there. Steel alloy. I'm going to do something for that with the making steel alloy, right? Yeah, because it's in the alloy forge. Yeah, so I got steel alloy. I'll have to bring that up with the conveyor. So I'm going to need a lot of conveyors still. But I can do the advanced forge and speed up the output of every one of those items, and then just, you know, tier 2 miner should be enough, because I'm about to look at what I got going there. Osmium drills, everything. Is the composite beams I'm missing. That's gonna be the first thing I try to get on this next layer, and then with that done, I can upgrade all the miners, upgrade to the forge, because I'll have the reinforced frames going on this next layer too. This is about to be where I could upgrade this, and then I don't have to worry about it. I hope. I hope I don't have to worry about it. But right now, I need an alloy forge where I don't have any gold-plated connectors going in. So great. You know what? We'll head back here. This is where I need it. I'll put it here. And oh man, you know, just thinking about it, I could have done it where, I mean, ideally I wouldn't have to do this, but I could have had it where on certain spots I had a merger, so I could add a, you know, here's a storage container feeding in as a emergency buffer where I could go grab it from another spot. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about trying to redo that. I can just go over here and put down another alloy forge to make some things. I think the plated connectors are not feeding into anything yet, so I gotta get them. And then Once that's going, I'll have osmium alloy. In fact, right now, I could go ahead and get the osmium alloy by just simply putting some gold and, well, you know, the osmium. Get a stack of each. There we go. And I guess I'm gonna have to expand my oxygen production area now. Okay, I got that. Can I fly higher? Yes, I can, as long as I get to something that supports it like that. There we go. There's the... That's that... I burned through my iron plates that I had in my... You know, my inventory was full, and now it's not. Okay, so... I'm going to go ahead and... It's not even the gold that's the problem. Though it... no, it's not. It's still... It's powering it off right there. Okay. So... I mean... well, it's firing off is not super fast on that. I'll go ahead and put that in. I see one gold piece coming in. There it goes. Boom. Okay. Now we're back in business. While that fires away, let me go ahead and try to get some gold connector. Actually, I don't need the connectors, I don't think. I mean, I got them. I'll go ahead and get them just so I can, if I want to, you know, make another alloy forge real quick. Just to help with this, but that actually... probably can be fine if I remember where it is, which one it is. That one right there. I can go ahead and throw in gold. It's more tedious this way, but you know what, I can get a few pieces going right now, and then I'll just do an alloy forge back at the other base, just to feed it into that storage. Give me something I can use while this kind of fills back up. What? I had it. I swear I had it. Did not. There we go. That should be, yes, 51. That's enough to get me at least started a little bit. So let's see. What is it? Now I was in the flow and now I'm not. You know, yeah, okay. These. That is, I am missing those. Those go there, goes there. Okay. So basically everything is fed through except for it was this one, which is going to take 14 to get to that. Okay. And that is an extra one I got. That's the next stack up coming from this. So this is now fine for me to go ahead and start doing this. 2, 3, and 4, and then 1. Yeah, do it this way. 2, 3, and 4. A little bit less crisscrossy on that. And there goes all that. Everything now should feed through to these. It's all items. All those gonna feed into these and finish off that. All that going into storage. Which means that's the gold plate connector. I'll just toss that in there. And boom. Okay, all that is done. I just need one more level up here. And that is let's see if I can make the assemblers. I do not have enough rotors right now. I've been feeding rotors into production, so I'm gonna have to wait on that as well. But you see everything else. I mean, computers just filled in very nicely. Iron beams, I'm doing good. Cement obviously is doing well. I'm gonna have to wait for some stuff to produce. So not done. Technically, you know, it's not completely done, but I am on the last level. I'll do 4 assemblers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then advanced assemblers once I get these things going, because I'll need some reinforced frames to make those. I'll have to go craft the AI chips myself, which is fine. Well, I don't have Ruby being spent, like put into anything, because I don't have Ruby just standalone, so I have to get some of that out of production, but I can make some AI chips. It's funny, I need the AI chips to make the advanced assembler that is going to be used to produce the AI chip. The osmium ingots, so I got those. Ruby circuit board, yeah, okay, I'll be able to do that. Then I'll have gold wiring, graphite rods for the and a gear assembly for fast rotor. Not sure why it split them up the way it did on this. Claude has them like in 2 groups, and then fast rotor feeds out from there to storage and to the ship engine. So I'm going to have the last one is going to feed out and back around, combined with the steel alloy and ceramic component to produce the ship engine. So I've got I did not want to fly. I got that one that is feeding there. So that's the wheel, which is fine. I don't really need a ton of wheels at the moment, but the wheel needs to go into another warehouse, tier 2, plus catalytic converter, sensor array, reinforced frame, and composite beam. So that is the 5 items there, and then the 3 of the advanced assemblers. So I've got 2 more to build. I've got another 8 items to stack together from this and stack them. Basically, I'm gonna stack on that. That is the way I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna keep going vertically like this. It's gonna be a big stack, and it's just gonna feed 5 more, you know, from there to here, and then it'll take those off because it'll be 5 to here, and they'll go here, and then they'll go to a 5 there. It's just gonna be, this stack gets shorter as it goes. It's gonna be a crazy tall stack, but you know what? It will work. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that is the wheel, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 for the next assemblers, and then 1, 2, and 3 for the advanced assemblers. That is literally everything left. Let me at least get that done while I wait for some more osmium alloy to assemble. And, you know, burning through a bunch more iron plates as I am running low again. 5. It should be 5 because I don't have the wheels going to that close. 2, 3, 4. And 5. Yep. And then 1, 2. That went to the wrong place. 2, 3. And oh, what? Yeah. So the wheel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Yeah, get over here to do it. I can, but it's saying I am out of range to be able to apparently target. Okay, so that is, yep, I need 8 more here. Yep. Wait, wait, no. Yeah, okay, yeah, I need... That's the 5 there, yeah, because that's at 5 there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that goes there, and then the next stack will be 8 total. 5 feeding off there, then it'll be the last stack of 3 to there. Yeah, okay. There we go. And I don't have enough oxygen. I got, you see some, but you know, it's not exactly keeping me fully oxygenated. Oh, and I'm iron plate again. I'm gonna have to go get some more. Yeah, so close to fully actually saying it's finished. I mean, it's literally right there. I've ran out of supplies waiting on this to kind of fill up on certain things, but that is now the the factory. Oh man. And look at my lovely spaghetti crisscross design. How awesome it is. Combined with all the conveyors coming in. But this is... Oh, how many items am I producing here? I mean, that's going to be... That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 43. 43 total items being produced here. And into warehouses. That is a big project. It's taken a lot of work, more than I thought it would, but I've got it working. Now, you know what? It's where is it? It's under logistics, I guess. I'll throw in another light. Just for the lovely cosmetics. Like that. And then about like that. Okay. We'll wrap up. Before we do, let me grab, of course, this. You know what? Actually, I got it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to. Oh, great. Yeah, that's a splitter. I don't want to have to take that out and do a merger, so we'll just throw a temporary thing. It's always fine to throw a temporary setup just to get a couple of things produced. Actually, because I want it here. Oh, not sure why that swung out that way. Oh, because it's acting like I'm clicking when I swing it upwards. Alloy forge. Oh, and of course it needs water. Never mind. I'll just stack stuff in there. I don't know. I can just do that just to throw it in. It'll take longer, but at least I'm not having to worry about another water connection for this. I'll just go ahead and throw it in like that. It'll burn through well enough. So yeah, where are we at? Just after 3 hours. Yeah, I can't believe I did that. I put my food in the microwave. I did the first half of the heating, and I completely forgot it was in the microwave as I tried to make sure I got everything set up. So my lunch, it's basically I've wasted that food. So, I mean, I guess I could still go and heat it up at this point. It might work, but I call it a loss, I guess. There we go. Okay. So that will get me a few more of those. Well, a little bit right there. And, at least, you know, it's going. It's a very weird stacked. I mean, this is the biggest spaghetti mess of all right here. Look at that lovely jumble, but you know, it's an actual like big setup, and it is gonna again produce a total of 43 different final products here that are going into storage, providing me pretty much everything I normally would produce and have been producing manually in a lot of cases. We're setting up small setups to do that. I'm not doing any gem cutters here. I decided I'm just going to keep that elsewhere because, you know, other stuff. Just make it easier. Actually, you know, I do have ruby. I can't remember what the ruby gem cutter thing is. I know there's a diamond, and then the whatever it is, I haven't found a thing yet for. Oh, and I can take that out now. That'll give me some stuff for another advanced assembler. The amethyst, I know, yeah, diamond drill, sapphire ore. That's it. I haven't found sapphire yet, and I've been having to need plasma conductors. That will be stuff I pretty much will just place a little setup and have a warehouse down in the south, and maybe if we get like a shipping drone or something. Oh, I could throw in a gem cutter because it does not need water. I could throw this gem cutter at the end over there, just have ruby wherever the last ruby split is, split into a gem cutter, make laser emitters, because I'll still have 2 spaces left in the last warehouse for that, and then everything else will be off site. So yeah, you know, I'm gonna try that real quick. I can do that while I'm thinking about it. I just gotta track where that stupid ruby is. Somewhere over here. There's the ruby. Okay, so that could come out from here. Oh wait, no, it's gotta come out from there. It's gotta go up top. That's right. Yeah, so as a ruby has to go into the AI chip, so it's gonna come over this way onto the upper area. So you know what? That's where I'm gonna feed to from there. I'll just, yeah, if I can get up there. There we go. The gem cutter up here so I can remember it. It'll be a, you know, I'll have the ruby will come up here. It'll split again between that and the AI chips for the advanced assemblers on this side, followed by then you have the fast rotor, then the ship engine, and then the other assemblers on the end, the 4 there. Yes, I will get it done, and that will give me the I'll go ahead and put the laser emitter so I'll remember it. They'll give me a laser emitter going in, and I'll still have 1 more spot. So now that's gonna make it 44 items being produced here. On full auto. This is the point where I could AFK it. I could sit there and be like, you know what, let me let it play, I'll do something else, you know, and then make sure I eat in the game, and I need to go eat in real life. So yes, that is it. Oh man, look at this, look at my spaghetti diagram. Oh, I would have made this tiny bit cleaner if it was done like in Satisfactory, where we have some of the mount points and everything. This would have been very tiny bit cleaner looking, but still would have been rough. So I am using 2650 water right now, so I still got plenty of water. Power, I'm using 500 something there because that's covering that. I've got these two 700 something watts here, and I got 3000, so I've got plenty of power. Power's not a problem. Water's still not a problem at the moment, and this is literally going to cover everything. That is, yeah, pretty much everything. I mean, it covers, I don't remember, I have everything in here. Okay, I don't have the workbench. Yeah, workbench. I guess I'll put it right. Well, I don't have iron, ore, and rock. Okay. But basically everything in the workbench and everything in here, minus that, because I don't have amethyst here. fast rotor, ship engine, and the AI chip. Technically, you know what? I can add the bioreactor. That was a new thing that got unlocked, so I need to remember that. I need to do a bioreactor. That's an advanced assembler, so that's going to be 4 advanced assemblers. Phosphorus, advanced filters. I've got sulfur. None of that coming in, and the sulfuric acid is way over here. Yeah, no. I'm gonna have to rethink that. But AI chip, I left out the microscope, and I could do the microscope still. And quantum processor. Okay, I gotta leave that out. I might, go ahead. Let's see if I do bioreactor. That is the last spot. That's one more. I may not do the gem cutter. I may just go ahead and see if I can get both of these done, so I have the bioreactor and the microscope taken care of. I'm gonna think about it. It's enough. I'm doing good that I have not come away with a headache on this today. So yes, we are going to wrap up now, because I'm fired. I'm doing good. I'm kind of focused on it, so I'm good. Yes, Timmy, he did not get his normal lunch. That's why he got a slightly bigger snack, because we were just been going, or I've been going since I got up this morning, and he got dragged along for the ride when I was dealing with that thing before this. He's like, I'm fine. I've had snacks. I'm okay. He's like, I'm going to lay here and be cute and lazy. Yeah, and I need to see. I was hoping. I don't know if it's even working yet still. I need to, Jenny, type something in the chat. Anything. I want to see if the chat bots is working now on this screen. Because that was the whole reason I updated OBS. And it is not working still. Wonderful. So I'm still going to have to go and work on that. So the whole reason I updated it to fix that, and it still didn't actually fix it. It's not working. So great. I'm going to have to go and keep tweaking that now. Yeah. Steak dinner, I don't have time for that, but I am going to have a pizza. A whole pizza. So now that'll make up for missing, all my eating so far today. And then I'm going to hit the buffet tomorrow, the hibachi buffet, and I'm going to go for like 5 or 6 plates like normal. So I'll make up for it tomorrow. Timmy, he's about to go get him some fancy food. So, and in pet related news, not pets, but I have apparently now been adopted by 4 cats. It went from the one all black cat that I call Kit Kat, because it went from kitty cat to Kit Kat. And now he's invited his friends. So there is another cat that's black with a white chest and white paws. I call him Oreo because it's, he's chocolate on the outside, creamy in the middle. And then there is a Bengal looking cat. It's got a leopard print style fur pattern. That one has started coming around and hanging out. There's a half black, half white cat. It's weird. It's like if you look at Timmy, it's like black on this side and then white on that side. So I'm trying to come up with a good name for that one, and all I can think is you ever watch Seinfeld? There's the episode of the black and white cookie where he's like, the black and white cookie like solves all. It's like half black, half white. He's going the whole big thing. And I was just thinking like, okay, I might just refer to that one as cookie because it's the black and white cookie. And there is another one that has kind of been coming around, but is not hanging out as much as the others. That is like a Maine Coon type cat. He's got the fur styling, but it's obviously like kind of a blend, a mix of Maine Coon and something else. But it's been kind of coming around too. But the Bengal looking cat was out there this morning looking for me when I was leaving, and he'll like kind of run away and then just sit. And he'll go like, he's got to be at least 10, 15 feet away from me. He'll turn around, sit, and just kind of, just that at me. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll give you some food, put some food out. And while I was getting my car worked on, I was getting notifications. Oh, look, there's Kit Kat. Kit Kat sitting out there, looking in the bowl, calling for me to put some more food in the bowl. So I am now the crazy cat guy, I guess, because I have been adopted by all the stray cats now in the area. And Timmy just looks at him like, I'm okay with this. They keep their distance. I'm good. It's when Kit Kat comes up and starts rubbing against his face, he gets a little defensive. But yes, I am now the cat father. As in the cat, like cat mafia. I am not the godfather. I am the cat father. And I'm just waiting for another one to show up tomorrow. But all right, with that, we are going to wrap up because I am, definitely feeling that hunger. I am ready to go. I'm sure Timmy needs to probably go out. So we'll do this again next week. I definitely going to try, if I can, finish up the last bit between now and next live stream and make next live stream. We're just going to explore again. Yes, I am allergic to cats. That's why they are still stray cats. They are not. I have been adopted by them. They have not been adopted by me. I can't afford that many cats, and I'm allergic. So right now, the only one that comes up to me and is affectionate with me is Kit Kat, the original. And I have one of those brush gloves that I'll wear and do that to brush the cat when it gets dirty. And that's it. I don't touch them directly. I definitely don't touch my face. I'm kind of hoping this might help me reduce my allergic reaction a little bit, but I'm being careful, and I'm fine with just being the nice giant that feeds the little guys. So Timmy, you ready? He's like, I'm so hungry, I'm licking my foot off. Right? Is that it? Look up here. He's like, I'm not looking up there. I know the trick. Okay, yes, we are gonna go. Thanks everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Good weekend. Good week, and we will see you next time.